Hey you guys, how are you doing? Today is A-OK Friday, so that means it's library time and we have our own little classroom library. And we are going to read our book, our library book, The Story of Ferdinand. This is a fun book, you guys. I remember reading this when I was your age. The Story of Ferdinand. Once upon a time in Spain, there was a little bull and his name was Ferdinand. All the other little bulls he lived with would run and jump and butt their heads together. But not Ferdinand. He liked to sit just quietly and smell the flowers. He had a favorite spot out in the pasture under a cork tree. It was his favorite tree. He would sit in its shade all day and smell the flowers. Sometimes his mother, who was a cow, would worry about him. She was afraid he would be lonesome all by himself. Way back there, all by himself. Why don't you run and play with the other little bulls and skip and butt your head? She would say. But Ferdinand would shake his head. I like it better here where I can just sit quietly and smell the flowers. Is that funny, you guys? A bull that's just sitting and smelling the flowers? Yeah, that's okay. His mother saw that he was not lonesome, and because she was an understanding mother, even though she was a cow, she let him just sit there and be happy. Look, he's still happy. It's okay. As the years went by, Ferdinand grew and grew until he was very big and strong. Oh my goodness. He looks like a whole different bull now, huh? All the other bulls who had grown up with him in the same pasture would fight each other all day. They would butt each other and stick each other with their horns. What they wanted most of all was to be picked to fight at the bullfights in Madrid. Oh, they all want to fight at the bullfight. But not Ferdinand. He still liked to just sit quietly under the cork tree and smell the flowers. One day, 5 men came in very funny hats to pick the biggest, fastest, roughest bull to fight in the bullfights in Madrid. Uh-oh, who do you think they're gonna pick, you guys? All the other bulls ran around snorting and butting and leaping and jumping, so the men would think that they were very, very strong and fierce and pick them. Ooh, they're trying to impress them, you guys. They're trying to make them think they're big and strong. Ferdinand knew that they wouldn't pick him, and he didn't care. So he went out to his favorite cork tree to sit down. he didn't look where he was sitting, and instead of sitting on the nice cool grass in the shade, he sat on a bumblebee. Uh-oh. What do you think's gonna happen, you guys? Is this gonna be good or bad? He's gonna sit on a bumblebee. Oh, look it. What is this face telling you? Uh-oh. Well, if you were a bumblebee and a bull sat on you, what would you do? You would sting him. And that is just what this bee did to Ferdinand. Uh-oh. Wow. Did it hurt? Ferdinand jumped up with a snort. He ran around puffing and snorting, butting and pawing the ground as if he were crazy. Oh man, because of that little bee. The 5 men saw him and they all shouted with joy. Here was the largest and fiercest bull of all, just the one for the bullfights in Madrid. So they took him away for the bullfight day in a cart. Uh-oh. You guys, they're taking him away from his cork tree and the flowers. What a day it was. Flags were flying, bands were playing. Oh man. And all the lovely ladies had flowers in their hair. They had a parade into the bull ring. First came the banderillos with long, sharp pins with ribbons on them to stick in the bull and make him mad. Oh, that's not nice, you guys. Next came the pacadores, who rode skinny horses as they had long spears to stick in the bull and make him madder. Oh my goodness, that is not nice either. Then came the matador, who proudest of all, he thought he was very handsome, and bowed to the ladies. He had a red cape and a sword and was supposed to stick the bull last of all. Everyone's being so mean to the bull. Then came the bull, and you know who that wasn't. And you know who that was, don't you? Who is it, you guys? It is Ferdinand. And he doesn't like to fight, remember? He likes to sit and smell the flowers. They called him Ferdinand the Fierce, and all the banderillos were afraid of him, and the picadoros were afraid of him, and the matador was scared stiff. Oh man, they're all so scared of him because of the way he looks, huh? But he's not really mean. Ferdinand ran to the middle of the ring, and everyone shouted and clapped because they thought he was going to fight fiercely and butt and snort and stick his horns around. But not that's funny, you guys. But not Ferdinand. When he got to the middle of the ring, he saw the flowers in all the lovely ladies' hair, and he just sat down quietly and smelled. Look, he just wants to hang out. He wouldn't fight and be fierce no matter what they did. He just sat and smelled. And the banderillos were mad, and the picadoros were madder. And the matador was so mad, He cried because he couldn't show off with his cape and sword. Oh man, they're upset. So they had to take Ferdinand home. Oh, look, he got to go home, you guys. Back to his cork tree and flowers. And for all I know, he is sitting there still under his favorite cork tree, smelling the flowers just quietly. He is very happy. The end. Wow, what a good story, you guys. And you know what I learned? It is okay to be different, huh? You don't have to be like everybody else, just like Ferdinand. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.